about the deadlift for Grizzly.
That's a crazy transition from what. You guys just saw our cringy highlight video that we just put out.
Absolutely, just working up to a nice, comfy 630. As you guys can see, this bar is stupid long, but as you should have been able to see from those videos, it has no whip. It is very much a stiff bar. If you have access to a foo bar from MB Power Center, that is going to be the exact same bar as this in the hands and out. It's just longer. Or a squat bar would be very similar to.
The big thing that I've seen a lot of people doing, they've been training on axle bars.
Yeah,
which is probably going to get you the closest to it.
If anything, it'll be slightly easier.
Yeah, a little bit easier. If you can pull what you want to pull on an axle bar, you'll be good to go for this bar.
You're going to be doing great. That's a great way to prep. Coming off the ground hard, being slightly in front of you, having a bar thicker in your hands, a little bit harder for you to get a hold of. That's absolutely the way it goes. But a little bit more fun, longer, get to do bumpers all the way out, get to have some fun with that. Like I said to him earlier, this is the best $300 I ever spent.
Yeah, he's been waiting to use this bar for a while.
I have been.
I
think
this wasn't a me choice. This was a it has to happen choice.
This has been sitting in my collection of stuff to get used for a Max Deadlift competition for, I want to say, summer of 21. I bought this. And pulled on it with some friends, and I've been waiting to use this in a competition since then. So you all get to use my dream bar for this before I do in a competition. So you're welcome, and I hope you guys have fun.
Yeah, it's pretty much what the whole goal of the competition is just what do we want to do?
Yeah.
So originally this really just started with, wow, this competition's making me mad, or I was disappointed with how this competition or this event happened. And I was just talking to him like, why don't I just do it better?
Yeah, like
as egotistical as that sounds,
but
I don't like this. Let's make it better.
Yeah, I mean, we all see comps all the time that have events that you just like, why would you choose that? Like, why would you do that? That's not even a good test of strength. Or why would that really and then, or the other thing you run into is competitions that you get to, and I don't mean to talk crap on anybody. Comps are hard to run. They're expensive.
I do.
But you as a strongman, most of us got into this for cool shit, for cool implements, for cool competitions. We saw Mariusz Pudzianowski running refrigerators, and we were like, that's the fucking sickest shit I ever saw in my life. And then you go to a comp, and you're on a $40 Titan axle, and with
you're doing your axle deadlift for reps. It's an RPE7. Your farmer's walk. Your yoke carry, there's only one yoke. You can't even warm up on it.
You're in the pipe farmers with steely plates on
them.
That fall off half the time you pick them
Not
up.
even using like axle clips on it, and it just falls.
It's just sloshing around. Like we all have had those comps where you're just like, and we just wanted to step up that little bit of professionalism as far as the equipment that you're going to use on the day. I mean, you get to use a custom bar that's made to try to give you the experience of pulling on something that looks crazy. We've got logs that are crazy. We've got a sandbag.
Let me just say, we're balling out financially for this compopetition.
By that, it means we are not making a fucking cent off of this.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. This is going negatives.
We are in the hole as a motherfucker trying to make this fun for you guys and be something that when you look back at it, you're like, that was fucking awesome.
And that's really all that matters for me is giving the top tier athlete experience. Because there's no reason all right, you're an amateur strongman doing a local competition. That doesn't mean it can't be serious, and it can't be. You can't there's little league teams that feel like more athletes than some strongman competitions I go to, and that's just fucking crazy to me.
Almost all of us come into this because we have dreams of being at that level of seeing our name in lights, of carrying a flag for the country out onto a platform in a lineup. And every one of us looks at that and goes, man, I wish I had that athlete shirt, and I wish I had that experience. I wish I had that equipment. And while, obviously this isn't Giants Live, we want to give you a taste of that feeling.
Absolutely. So going from there, main goal of this video is talk about the event. All right, so for y'all that aren't familiar, Calvin Vaughn, to the left of me, he's going to be the head judge for the competition. So going into this competition, I wanted to take some time, go through each event with him, tell you guys his expectations, my expectations, and really just what the kit looks like. Because if I put on a spreadsheet, using a 13-foot bar, it's kind of thick. It's not as thick as an axle. That doesn't really mean much. Okay. So let's go ahead and just talk about the basic rules of this event. All right. So it's going to be a max deadlift. You're going to have 3 attempts. Okay. So with that, what do you think is like some strategy going into that then?
Obviously, you want to know what your opponents are doing, and so that's openers are a big deal when it comes to that. I assume we're doing rising bar, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's just bottom to top. You go in after a certain point. You can if you start high, you get an idea. You get an idea where everybody else is at. You get to see how hard their lifts are. And you got to play with them on going, oh my God, he started up there. Holy crap, how strong, how high is he going to go? It could be 95%, it could be 85%, but that's up to you. So the big thing is it's rising bar and it's one miss and you're out. So this is not powerlifting style. You correct? We are not doing miss. Are we doing misses? Are we doing Sag Monster style, or are we doing? If
you miss, you can go up. Or you can stay at the same weight. So I'm going to be a little bit lenient with the timing. All right, so we have 6 events for the day, so I can't obviously give you like a half hour in between attempts. But if you miss an attempt, you're going to get a few minutes. You're going to get a few minutes. If we have to go up and wait a little bit, then drop back down for. I'm going to make that happen. Because you know what? If it takes an extra 15 minutes for the day, then it takes an extra 15 minutes for the day. It is what it is. And that's the same with the top end strength guys. Yep. So if you're a 700 plus pooler and there's only 2, 3, 4 of you guys in the competition, I'm going to make sure you guys have the time to pull those.
Yep.
All right. Just the biggest thing is you get 3 attempts. You can do whatever you want with those 3 attempts, and we're just going to take your highest successful lift. Speaking of successful lifts, good.
I was going to say that was the big thing I wanted to clear up with him while we were talking on this. We hadn't actually discussed that completely on what he wanted for that specific rule. But yes, it is going to be like static monsters or powerlifting style. It is rising bar, but you do get 3 attempts, period. So even most competitions, if you fail out one, you're done. So if you open high and you're kind of screwed, you can't go down. So you do have a few minutes to get keyed in. Maybe you just weren't hyped enough. Maybe you weren't keyed in, or your technique got a little out of position. It got a little in front of you. However it is, you have another chance at that. And like he was saying, I want to make sure that people have time.
Yeah.
If you were here for my static monsters, you know that I will absolutely give you a few minutes in between attempts to make sure that you have a real attempt to get your next lift. I have been in that situation a bunch of times where, you pull something that's really heavy and less than a minute later, immediately they go, okay, well, what's next? And then you tell them, you're like, okay, we'll pull it. And you're 45 seconds after you just pulled 900 pounds. You're told a minute later.
You set a PR in competition, and then they expect you to pull another 20-pound PR a minute later. That's not going to happen here. There's no way.
And then, are you okay with me setting it up? We're gonna have deadlifts in the back. You are gonna set up a very big.
We will have plenty of space for you guys to warm up.
There will be all the bars.
Yeah, there's not going to be a single instance where you don't get time on kit before the event. So the events are going to go back to back. If you guys are familiar with like OSG style competitions, the events are going to be rapid pace. We'll have secondary equipment that you guys will be able to warm up on. The goal is to have minimum 4 platforms running at all times for you guys. So that's for logs, for the deadlifts, for the sandbags, everything, and then have yokes on standby for you guys to warm up with.
Yeah.
So back to the deadlift, though.
Yep.
All right, so a couple of just like key rules of the deadlifts. No suits. I hate suits. I think suits are dumb as hell, and I will die with that.
I don't hate them. I would prefer
I
to
do.
be raw
I'm a
lifting. I think it is what it is. But we have that going on. I think it's going to be raw. It's going to be conventional. This is strongman. There's no sumo. And then it's got to be shoulders back, knees locked, hips through. You got to be locked in and showing it. And we're going to make sure that they're good lifts. We aren't giving sloppy shit out here.
Absolutely not. So a few things with the suits. So if you see he's wearing neoprene shorts, those are good. You can wear neoprene. Figure 8 straps are fine. Any straps you want to use, send it.
Yep.
If you want to do the Alexi Novikov and let it hang in your fingertips, hey, send it.
Yeah, as long as they're hooked to you and hooked to the bar.
As long as it's attached to your wrist, you're good.
I just want to see your fingers curl a little bit.
Yeah.
That's really what I want. If the bar is here,
that's a little excessive. If there's a gap.
If the bar's here and your thumb's touching it, I can live with that.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Solid. That's solid for me. So outside of that pretty much covers it. So minimum jumps are going to be 10 pounds. So if you want to do smaller jumps, especially for the lighter deadlifters out there, If you want to do smaller jumps, that'll be available for you. If you want to send 100-pound jumps, I'm not going to stop you. That's on you.
I mean, you know, this is it looks the best when you throw a full bumper on it. So that's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
If nobody pulls a huge weight on this bar, I'm gonna be pretty upset. Okay.
We gotta see 7 plates.
We gotta see something.
We gotta
cool.
see 7 plates. That's 720. It's a 90-pound bar, empty. As you see the clips, we're gonna try to push it out and make it look a little bit more ridiculous for you. The better it can look for you guys, the better your picture that you get, that video.
And it's all
highlight.
about the pictures. Yeah, it's all about doing it for the gram, honestly.
For real. I mean, so many of us. That's it. I mean, I know about you. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I have a bucket list of pictures.
Yeah, of cool pictures.
Of competing. It's
Yeah.
like I want a car.
The cooler the picture, the better.
I want to pull a truck. I want to pick up a giant fucking deadlift. I want this. I want that. And hopefully, this can be one of your guys' bucket list pictures of that. And I hopefully. Competing and coming to our shows will be something that continues to check that off for you guys in the future.
And just going off that, so some of the training that I've seen, I think the biggest pool that I've seen in prep for people signed up is 550.
I haven't seen it, and I'm not going to say who it is, but I know that the highest prep pull I know of on this bar is 630.
Ooh, 630. Was it easy?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Fuck.
I heard about it.
I want to see an insane deadlifter. That's what if you guys don't pull 700, I'm going to pull 700. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, if it doesn't get high
We're going
enough,
to take turns
then him
pulling
and I are going to
700.
come out and have to just show it up. No, but like for real though, like, you know, this is it's hard. It's a stiff bar. It's a thick bar. It's punishing. And if you can pull 7+ on this, then you are a fucking good deadlifter.
Yeah, you are a strong ass deadlifter. All right, that pretty much just wraps it up on the deadlift. If you guys have any questions for us, please do reach out.
Yep.
Like I said, we'll be doing videos for all of the events, showing you guys the kit and talking about the kit. If you guys have training that you want us to talk about, send it our way. Give us more to talk about.
Yeah, add us in your videos and put it out there, and we'll repost and push the comp and have some fun.
Cool, sounds good.
All right, guys. See you in the next one.
Sick.